Hi, welcome back to Captivating Makeup. I'm your host, Emma, and today we are just getting ready. And I'm going to talk about a few of the products that I'm using as we go through and just kind of give some opinions on some old stuff we've talked about. So maybe try a new thing sprinkled in there somewhere. But just, trying some stuff out that we've used in the past. Maybe some things we haven't used in the past. Maybe I'll pull something out that I've been wanting to try but haven't tried because I've been waiting to share it with y'all. Just little things like that. So, like, subscribe, comment, whatever you can afford. And if you don't like my videos, I'll see you on the way out. Bye. As you can see, I am getting ready. I had a shower. So I'm all nice and clean. I am wearing one of my favorite shirts from Spirited Away, so I feel very comfortable. It is going to get into the 80s today, so I don't want to wear anything too thick on my face today. So I did use a sunscreen as a primer. I've been using this forever, but it's the Unseen sunscreen from Supergoop, not to be confused with Gwyneth Paltrow's brand Goop. We don't use that here. But I've been using that forever, and I like that it fills my pores, especially on my nose, and just gives that seamless base. Plus, it's got SPF, 40 SPF, not too bad, because I am a pale, pale girl. And I also did my eyebrows off of camera. So I used the Patrick Ta Lamination Brow Gel, and I used my NYX pen. And the more I use the NYX pen with the gel, the more it's starting to settle a little better. So I know I talked about in a couple videos that the gel seems to it seems to congeal the pen sometimes. This time it didn't do so. Just a good brushing with a spoolie kind of even things out, so I'm not too worried about it. It's just kind of a toss-up. It depends on how it's feeling that day, whether it's gonna do something weird or not. So we'll keep playing, of course. And it's a sample, not a sample size, but it's a travel size. I'm not really looking to go return it. Comparatively to more expensive stuff that I buy, those I feel a little bit more of an urge to return. We are also going to play with, and this one I've played with a few times, and I've tested it a little while now, so I feel like I can talk about it more. It's the Performer by About Face and F2 Cool. Oh, yes, I also covered up these two little blemishes because they decided to pop up on Saturday night, and they are just red and angry. But I was able to cover them pretty well. There's still a little pink going through on them. But I was able to cover them up pretty well with the Nars Soft Matte Concealer. I'm in Affogato, which is light 1.25. That has been working really well with covering up, and it's a good match. So I'm very happy. And I have not had any problems with it. I am loving that Nars concealer. Just to death, I am loving that Nars concealer. It is one of my favorite concealers to date. And I think I'm going to use that today. I was debating playing with a concealer that I've been meaning to play with. Because I've been meaning to... Gotta get that foundation everywhere. I've been meaning to play with the Kosas concealer. Because I see so many mixed reactions to it. Some people are loving it. Some people are hating it. It definitely looks like a thick concealer. And I remember when I worked at Sephora, I wasn't obsessed with the texture. But, things change. And I know they just widened their range. So they have more colors. Which I thought would be really cool to, go through and see if the cool tone colors are better now. Because that was also one of the reasons I had a hard time, getting into the Kosas concealer is because the shades never quite matched. The undertones were just not it. like at all. So I'm wondering that now that they've extended their shade range, maybe I'll have a better result. But the About Face, medium coverage, because I can still see the pink in my skin, like the red and pink in my skin going through. But it's still not, I wouldn't say it's wild, as you can see, like it's covered most of it up. Like that concealer has covered most of it up, but it's still kind of peeking through. Because I honestly, when it comes to acne, I personally have never found something that completely covers it. I think you can get close, but texture is always going to be your worst enemy, and texture is always going to win out compared to whatever product you put on it, because the product is only like concealing the color for the most part. And you can color correct and things like that, and color correction can help a lot with, definitely color correction can help a lot with getting those red and blue tones out of your skin or dark circles. But I don't need color corrector on a daily basis, so I don't keep color corrector with me. And that is just, I guess, something I've been privileged with. I mean, I could definitely probably use a green color corrector because I am very red in the face. Probably why I used full coverage for the longest time. Oh, and the About Face. I really love the About Face. I was nervous, and y'all know I was nervous the first time I was playing with it, because, you know, like, I'm a full coverage person usually. I haven't tried natural or, like, medium coverage foundation in a really long time. But I am actually liking this a lot, and I don't know why I was so nervous to go back to it, but I think this is beautiful. Like, I don't think it's super glowy to the point where, you know, I'm a disco ball and I'm greasy and I'm messy, but it's not, like, it's not greasy, it's not messy. I feel like it doesn't, I haven't shaved in a while, but it doesn't, like, collect in my baby hairs right here. It just looks like my skin, but a little better. It's definitely one of those, like, foundations where if I took off, when I take off my makeup at night, I'm not seeing, like, the biggest difference in the world compared to my full coverage foundations. So with my full coverage foundations, I see a world of difference because usually it's like, whew, there is so much foundation. But since the summer is coming, I've moved a little bit away from my full coverage stuff, and I am working towards medium coverage, natural coverage, definitely some skin tints. I'm playing with the Nars one right now and the Supergoop one right now. And I think I'm liking the Supergoop one better than I'm liking my Nars. Because I bought my Nars for last summer, and it worked for what I wanted at the time. But I think the Supergoop I'm playing with is really good. I've played with it a few times since. I'm wondering if it's the right color or not. I know it's a skin tint, so, like, color isn't that big of a deal, but I feel like it's too dark. Like, it's too, not orange, but it's too dark. And I think the color I got was 20C, which is a, like, light, cool toned instead of a fair. So, I don't know. I tried the one below that, which was like a 14N, and I felt like it was too yellow when I put it on my face. And there's one below that, and it's like a 10N, I think. I think I'm going to go try that 10N and see if I like the 10N. And if I like the 10N, I'll exchange it. But if I try that 10N and it's not vibing, then I'll just keep the 20C. It's close enough. It's just, it looks a little darker than my neck. I'll just have to blend down my neck. Because it doesn't, like, because this is such a good shade match. Like, I feel like this matches my neck. When I look at my neck, I don't see, like, any lines of color. I think this works perfectly. All right, so I want to play with some, I know, I want to play with new palettes. I always want to play with any new makeup I get. I have a pile of makeup I'm still trying and playing with and things like that. I do have a pile of ones I'm not liking, and I'll make a video on that soon enough. It's just I would like to have a couple more in that list before, because I don't buy everything that comes out on the market. I would like a couple more items. I would like a couple more palettes. But with regular makeup, I may have enough to actually talk about the ones I don't like, or the ones I've played with and don't like. So I have these two palettes. They are from Sugar Drizzle. They are having a sale right now because they're trying to clear inventory. So I got these for half off. And if you've ever bought from Sugar Drizzle, I do have a palette of theirs. They are not cheap. They're usually about $50, but they are, the shipping is really fast, at least for me. The reason I like them is because they're in the mountains of North Carolina, and I live in the middle of North Carolina, so shipping is super fast for me because it's just coming from the mountains. And I got these half off, so I was glad to get some palettes I had been looking at, but wasn't ready to pull the trigger yet. I got them half off, and I'm super excited. I think, you know, I've been playing it safe lately, and I feel like Red Panda is just going to play into that safety. Because I feel like it's a lot of, like, maybe not neutrals, but colors I would normally lean towards. I feel like this is too safe. It's too safe for what I'm trying to do. So I think we're going to leave Red Panda alone. I think we're going to play with Pulmeria Dragon. Ooh, that's where that went. All right, so this is what the color story looks like. I know it's still a bunch of pinks, but I feel like these are more mauvey pinks and purpley pinks. And I feel like I would like to try this. I think I especially want to try this Pulmeria Dragon color right here and this Dragon Egg color. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do something bright and bold and something I have not done. Not just a color mixture I've just never done before. So we're just going to get that going. Handy dandy tape. I know, not good for my face, but we will live with the consequences later. Okay, so I'm going to start with that Pulmeria Dragon color, which was like that almost like hot pink. It is hot pink, not... So we're just going to start with that color first. So I've never played with Sugar Drizzle's mattes before because I have always had, like, my palette from them. The only palette I have from them is their is an old Halloween collection, and it's definitely more of a all shimmer palette. So I've played with the shimmers. I know what to expect from the shimmers, but the mattes are the ones I don't know a ton about. So this is my first time ever playing with the mattes. They're not as smooth as I would like them to be, but they do blend out, which I do appreciate. I think it's just, it definitely takes a moment, but it does blend out, and I'm very appreciative of that. It definitely produces a lot of pigment on the first go. So I would be very careful about how much you put on your brush, just because I think you'll want to just be careful about building, because I feel like a lot came off at once, and that's my fault, is I put a bunch of pigment on really fast, and then it just all deposited at once. But not bad. It is blending outwards, so that is a good sign. And that is fine by me. It does blend out, so I do like that. I appreciate that it blends out. and I'm not having to like do damage control. That was my fault, though. Like, hella my fault for not considering that it might just produce a punch at the beginning. I feel like indie brands are very much like that. Is they will like punch you in the face with pigment. Kind of reminds me of old like Anastasia. Like when you got an Anastasia palette, like they were so lightly like pressed that you just had to be careful, because if you were not careful, oh no, so much pigment was deposited. And when I was starting out in makeup, everyone was talking about how great Anastasia palettes were. And my smart butt was like, oh yeah, if they say it's great, like, I shouldn't have any problems, right? Wrong. I feel like definitely in the past, Anastasia products were not for beginners. I feel like with those kind of products, you needed to have a little bit of experience. Especially experience with pigment. Because if you didn't, like, ooh, it was just a rough time. Ooh, that dragon egg color is super pretty. Let's see if we can get it to spread a little bit. Like, I don't want it to go too high, but I do want to make sure I get that payoff on it. Okay, so I definitely needed to layer, but it is going on the way I want it to. And it's definitely got this. All right, sorry about that, y'all. My camera just decided to stop recording. And I think y'all lost a little bit of content there about the shimmer. Luckily, I have 2 eyeballs, which means I can talk about the second eyeball. So, like I said in the first, like, before my camera cut me off, definitely need to layer if you're trying to spread them out first go. But once they're layered, they have like this beautiful shift to them, like this bluish green shift. And I think it is such a pretty color. Like, so, oh, that is electric. Absolutely electric looking. Like, holy crap, look at that. I am very electric colored today, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. Just holy shnikes. All right, we're gonna blend out those edges so that shimmer blends in well. Make sure there's no like harsh lines or edges anywhere. Okay, I look bold. So we're gonna take the, ooh, yeah, I definitely need to buy some makeup tape. It's just, I feel like makeup tape doesn't stay on as well as my Scotch tape does, but it is like killing my eyes. Like, I should not be doing this to myself. All right, and then, ooh, definitely a little fallout. Definitely some fallout from the shimmer and the, well, the matte, not so much. Honestly, not a ton. It got on my desk, but I don't see it on my base. Like, I'm looking at my base. My base looks fine. So I'm not super worried about fallout. So I think we're fine. Oh, and if any of you are watching the Fallout TV show, let me know how it is. If you do care to share. I am debating watching it, but I'm not sure whether to watch it yet or not. So I need some reviews. I need, maybe not like super cinematic reviews, but I need reviews on it. All right. So kind of simple look today, a little bold look today, but I think it looks good. We'll see how it fares throughout the day. But that is the Pulmeria Dragon that we're looking at. So I will put that with my trying palettes section. So I have a little shelf and I've categorized everything that I'm trying and playing with. with ones I like, ones I don't like, ones I'm still haven't played enough with, and new ones. New ones and my shimmer formulas. All right. I'm going to go put on mascara. I'm going to put on some concealer, and maybe bronzer today. I don't know. I'm going to put something on and we'll be right back. So, I put concealer on, I put mascara on, and I put some contour on. I decided last minute against bronzer. I'm trying, y'all. I'm really trying to use bronzer, but I did use my Milk Makeup Sculpt Stick, which has been a staple in my collection for a while. And I think I like the Fenty just a little better, because I think it has more staying power. But cute. Looks cute right now. And I used my tried and true. This has been my favorite mascara for a while now. And it is the Blend Bunny Omni Lash Mascara. This little tube right here has been my favorite. I don't know why. It gives the look I want. It like lifts, it curls, it doesn't thicken, but it does like lengthen. And I like that. Definitely like that. What are you chewing on? Really? Lint? You're chewing on lint? Come here. Get that out of your mouth. Sorry for the disruption. My dog was chewing on lint. Please do not chew it on it again. I took it from... Get it. Sorry about that. She's been getting into everything today, and I don't know... I don't know why she has been so eager to eat everything we own today. All right, well, next we're going to use this liquid blush from Hypoallergenic. I think it's the Belle Defines Beauty. And I don't see a color name on it. My sister got it for me while in Europe. This is what it looks like. Trying to find a color. Cannot find a color. But we're going to use it. I'm just going to put a little on the back of my hand. Ooh, that's not a little. I put a little bit more than a little. I'm going to... So that's the color it looks like. And I'm just going to have to be... Really? Oh, already not careful. Already not careful. Already was not careful. And there's a lot of color. There's a lot of color. That is my fault. That is my fault. I could probably... Oh no, we're not going to put pigment on this side. Just a tiny bit of pigment. Okay. So even with the screw up of how much blush I just put on myself, I feel like I do that a lot with liquid blushes. Kind of wish I'd picked a different color. Not quite matching the look today. That's fine. It's fine. We will make this work somehow. I'm gonna see if I can... Oh, that was a bad idea. Oh, that was a really bad idea. There we go. We'll use this brush for now and see if we can just blend some of that out. Okay, I think we got it blended out, but it's definitely not the color I was hoping it would be. Definitely not the color I was hoping it would be. That's fine. All we had was the package to go off of. But it looks pretty. It's not the right color, but it looks really pretty. And then we're just going to take the smallest lip liner in the world, which is my Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk, because this was a mini, and then I refused to get rid of it, no matter how small it's gotten, and until it runs out of product, I will use it until it dies. Right, so that's the color we're going to use. And then I'm going to use Blankety from MAC. It is a cream lipstick, so we'll see how that goes. Was trying to do more of a nude lip, because the eye is definitely like impactful, and I thought doing something a little bit more demure. would help. I think that works. The blush is not what I wanted, but it works. All right, I'm gonna go powder, set my face, put on some highlighter. If I decide to do a new one, I'll let you know what color it is. If I do an old one, I will let you know about it when I get back. But hopefully my hair will be dry by then. I'll style it. Hopefully my dog is not eating something, and I'll be back. All right. So it's been a little longer than I wanted it to be in between, but I got some highlighter on. I had to go back to work. My hair dried. See, I'll dry. Not in a turban anymore. But I did put on the Celestial Lights highlighter in Dancing Lights from Fantasy Cosmetica, and I've played with it a couple times, and I really like it. I was a little scared that it wouldn't be like a good highlighter, that it'd be too pigmented and too like bold, and it would be better as an eyeshadow. Though I think these would be really pretty eyeshadows, I don't think they can be discounted as highlighters. So the ones that work for me are Dancing Lights and Whirlwind, which is this peachy shade and this pinky shade. Those are the ones who work best with me. I even have the pinky shade in the corner, and those work for me. Now, I think that purple shade, the Dark Star, I think is going to have to be an eyeshadow, because I think that's going to be too dark on my skin, even though it is super pretty. So definitely am liking this. If it is too bold of a highlighter for you, definitely as a pop-in eyeshadow, it would be great. But I like this so far. I had been waiting for a Fantasy Cosmetica product to suit my fancy, because they had some pretty color stories, but nothing that was like speaking to me, like was automatically going to me, and this one was finally the one. I am debating going back for the palette, the eyeshadow palette, because it's really pretty, and I've seen some really pretty looks, even though I have those colors like 50 times over. So we're still debating. Still debating. But definitely am liking that palette right now. And those are the things I tried. So I tried some new stuff, tried some old stuff, gave a little bit of my opinion, kind of a throwback to some of the products I have used on this channel and have loved. And some of the, definitely none of the products that I have hated so far. But I'm thinking about doing some videos soon of palettes I've liked, palettes I haven't liked, and some products that maybe aren't part of my fancy. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I didn't like, and I refuse to play with them again after the few times I did play with them. So we will see. Hopefully those will come up soon. But thank y'all for watching. I really appreciate it. Comment down below. Helps the channel. And discuss in the comments. Anything else you want me to talk about that I've talked about before? Like just an update. If there's anything you would like me to update you on, anything I have tried. Maybe anything in my Sephora haul. Maybe anything in my Sephora recommendations. See if I'm still loving everything. Thank y'all. And remember, Instagram and TikTok. We have a lot of fun over there too. Sometimes gives you some updates, some opinions. You know, me just being me. All right. I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.